little. Let it go, breathe a little. Just let it breathe a little. Stop and just let it breathe a little. Let it.
So for level 2 tuners, I'm running 1 Crayon. This card's good because you can negate attacks. It comes in handy. And I run an Esper Girl. Alright, the reason why I don't run more than 1 Esper Girl is because I really don't use her effect that much. Honestly, I don't really see a point of special summoning her back unless if I need a synchro again, which that's typically why, but really Crayon does, I think, even more work than her because he can stay alive through a lot of stuff. I run 1 Battle Fader. This card comes in handy really well whenever you just need defense and whenever you need to sacrifice for Overdrive Teleporter. It's really good. Dr. Cranium, search effect, awesome. Pay 800 life points, get a search or get any psychic type monster to your hand, and yeah, just do work. For level 3 tuners, I run 2 Psychic Commanders. Awesome card. Level 3 tuner, psychic effect. Awesome. You can take off attack points of your opponent's monsters when they do battle with the psychic type monsters. Multiples of 100. Pay 500 or less, whatever. And then super good card of the deck. I run 3 Serene Psychic Witches. This card is a must in this deck because of her effect. Whenever she gets sent to the graveyard, you get to bring, or you get a search for a psychic type monster of 2000 attack or less from your deck and banish it, and then they get special summon the next main phase or the next standby phase. My bad. Super good. Super good. I run 3 Hush Psychic Clerics. Good defense. A lot of normal monsters can't get past this. Usually they have to sync or special summon something super huge to get past this card. On top of the good defense, its effect, it works wonderful. Discard a card from your hand. Select 1 psychic type monster in your graveyard. Banish it. Whenever this card is removed from the field, sent to the graveyard, you can special summon that banished monster with this effect. Super awesome. It works well with synchros that have been Darkhold or anything like that. Sanguine Searcher. I run 2 Psychic Snails. Kind of debating taking one out for another Silent Psychic Wizard, but this card's good. You have Accent out on the field, pay 800. Accent gets to attack twice, or just any card, any other Psychic type monster. Honestly, this card does good, but I'm thinking about taking one out. Reinforced Human Psychic Borg. Effect goes well with Psychic Field Zone. Remove 2 cards from play. Gains 500 for it. Awesome card. Think you must have it in this deck. Silent Psychic Wizard. This card is beast. Whenever it's normal summon, you can remove from play 1 psychic type monster in your graveyard, banish it, and whenever this card's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon that one. Pretty awesome if you have, synchro monster in there. Psychic synchro monster that's super good, and it got destroyed. Get it out super easy. In this deck, I run Phantom of Chaos. I actually saw this one kid's video. I totally forgot the name, but he was really helpful. I talked to him about it, and Phantom of Chaos does work really well with Overdrive Teleporter. I've used it many of times, and it's good. And I have to give you credit, bro. I can't remember your name right now, but I'll put it in the video or in the information. So thanks a lot for that tip. I run Armored Accent Kicker, really good. You can normal summon this card if you have a face-up psychic type monster. Super good whenever you have him, and then let's say Psychic Commander out, you can synchro level 9 right there, easy peasy. Yummy synchro food. I run 2 Overdrive Teleporters. This card is heart of the deck. 3 is too many, honestly. 1's not enough. 2 is just right. If you look at almost any psychic video, you're gonna see that a lot of people run 2, and they're right at that. 2 runs super well. Don't even need to go over his effect. You guys should know. Pay 2,000 life points. Get a special summon 2 level 3 monsters. That's a synchro right there for level 9 or just whatever. Next, I'm gonna go through spells. Alright, so for this deck, I run 2 Miracle Synchro Fusions for Axon. This card is really good. I like it at 2. Some people do 3. I don't know. 2 is just good for me. 2 MSTs, 2 Psychic Field Zone, like I said earlier with Borg, remove 2 cards from play with his effect, and then this card basically lets you send 2 cards that are banished from you send them to your graveyard. They have to be 1 Psychic Tuner and 1 Psychic Non-Tuner, and then you can Synchro, and then you special summon that monster in defense mode. It's really, really good, and it actually works really well in this deck. On Creature Swap in this deck. Creature Swap is gnarly, and I got Parallel Rare. People are jealous. But this card runs really well whenever you just have the sticky situations. Play a weak monster, since most of these Psychic type monsters are pretty weak. Switch it out with Stardust, just anything like that. Emergency Teleport. This card is a definite must in this deck. Special summon 1 level 3 Psychic type monster or lower from your deck. Gets destroyed during the end phase, but it's good for Synchro. Heavy Storm, obviously. Teleport. This card seems to come in handy like a lot actually. Whenever I need a Synchro and my opponent has a monster, just activate this, pay 800 life points, special summon a Psychic type monster from my hand. And then I can normal summon too, so that makes super easy Synchro right there. Dark Hole. Foolish Burial. This card works really well with Phantom of Chaos. Like I said, the kid that I talked to and whose video I watched really helped me out in this. Use this Foolish Burial, Overdrive Teleporter, then use Phantom of Chaos's effect to use Overdrive Teleporter's effect, and then boom, send him out of play with Chaos or Phantom of Chaos's effect, and there you go. That's something else that you can use for Psychic Field Zone. Monster Reborn, must in any deck, honestly. And Mind Control, good for synchroing, taking over monsters and whatnot. Next, I'm going to run through my traps. I run 1 Depriz, super good. Call the Haunted, good again. Psychic Tuning, this card is basically like Call the Haunted, but it lets you get any Psychic type monster from my graveyard, special summon it, basically like Call the Haunted, but that monster becomes a Synchro type monster. But the downside of this is that whenever this card is removed from the field and that monster is destroyed, and you lose 400 times the level of the monster, so this can be really sketchy, but it can really help at times. 1 Bottomless, Mirror Force, Black Horn of Heaven, Dark Bribe, counter anything, really good. And Telepathic Power, really good. If you feel like your monster is going to get destroyed, your Psychic type monster, you know, just play that. It really comes in handy with Serene Psychic Witch, because then you get like that double effect of Serene. You get her effect, and your opponent's monster gets destroyed, and you gain the attack points of that monster. So that's really good to your life points. And next, it's going to be my extra deck. I run 2 Ultimate Accent Kickers, just because I have 2 Synchro Miracle Fusions. Or Miracle Synchro Fusion, my bad. This card is Mac Daddy of the deck. If you're really like super sketched out by your opponent's back row, you know, summon him. Deep Prison's really the only thing that can really screw him up, so this card works really well. I run 2 Overmind Archer Fiends. This card is so sick, especially if you play one and then later on through the duel you play another. You just keep on banishing the other one out, and then every time like they remove this one, then the other one comes back, and then you just keep on doing it and keep on doing it. Like, it's just never ending. And you can do it to any other Psychic type monster too, so remove 1 from play. Whenever this card's removed from the field, you can special summon as many that were removed from play by his effect as possible. This card works super well. Kind of hard to get out though. I run 2 Hyper Psychic Blasters. Card's beast, super easy to get out. Overdrive Teleporter, his effect. That's 6 right there with Overdrive Teleporter. Maybe get Psychic Commander out. Boom, level 9 right there. Hyper Psychic Blaster. Super duper good in this deck. Thought a lot of people even have this even if they're not running a Psychic deck. It's good. 2 Psychic Life Transfers. This card's really good. Banish 1 Psychic type monster once per turn. Gain 1200 life points. Sorry, I can't talk today. Psychic Nightmare. Choose 1 card in your opponent's hand. Guess monster spell trap. If you guess right, gains 1000 extra attack points until your opponent's end phase. Really good for taking out some stuff. Magical Android, replenishing your life points for all the stuff that you took. Works, awesome, easy to get out. What more can I say? Alright, now for the non-psychic cards of the extra deck. I run Ally of Justice Decisive Armor. The kid that I've been talking about, who gave me all these tips in the video that I watched him and I talked to him about it. That this is where I got this from. Super easy to make in this deck, really, with Phantom of Chaos. Works really well. Synchro level 10 right here. Super easy if you're playing agents. This card does work. Stardust Dragon, really good in this deck, obviously. And Black Rose. This card is super good in case you need a nuke. Maybe you already have Ultimate Accent Kicker out on the field and you use Black Rose Dragon's effect. Boom, destroy every other card. Accent can't be destroyed by card effects, so he still stays. That's 29 that you get to hit him with. This card is crazy good, especially if you already have this card out on the field and there's something stronger than him. Boom, try to synchro for this and you basically just did work. And that's it, guys.